Hello, my friends. Welcome to a very special new moon in Scorpio, Halloween, Samhain, All Hallows Eve, Day of the Dead, all the spooky things tarot reading. My name is Natasha, also known as Nurse Natasha. It's Halloween, y'all. It's the week of Halloween, so we are getting spooky up in here. Now, this is how I exist all the time. I'm just, spooky. I'm a witch. This is just kind of what I do. But yes, I'm dressed as Black Phillip from The Witch. I definitely lash glued fur to my chin so I could have a goatee. And this costume was chosen very intentionally for this new moon in Scorpio. So this is a reading specifically for the new moon in Scorpio, but also just for Halloween, for the night when the veil is thinnest. We have Halloween or Samhain, All Hallows Eve, and we also have Day of the Dead on November 1st. But yeah, that's what this reading is for. This reading is also for the collective, so congratulations if you made it here. You're part of the collective. Welcome. I know I look spooky. I know we're going for it. But you know what? 'Tis the season. So this is again going to be a tarot reading and energy check-in. We're going to talk about the astrology of this new moon in Scorpio. This is everything you've wanted to know about this new moon in Scorpio, but we're afraid to ask. This is a big one. I feel really, clearly I'm excited, but Halloween is my favorite time of the year. Halloween is every day for me, honestly. But this is a very potent and powerful new moon. This is one that I really highly recommend using to your greatest benefit. So we're going to talk about it a little bit while I shuffle the cards. We are going to use the Horror Tarot. We already have the Emperor lurking at the bottom there, card of Aries. This is the Horror Tarot, and then we're also going to use the Occult Tarot, which is a demonology deck, it's one of my most favorite decks. And then we're going to clarify with the Sacred Symbols Oracle deck. But yeah, we're all going to get spooky today, my friends. We're going to get into it. We're going to see what the messages are for this new moon. I have a hair on my nose. It's probably from my goatee. Oh, but I don't want to mess up my makeup. I can feel it. Okay. Honestly, this costume was chosen intentionally because the vibe of this new moon in Scorpio is very wouldst thou like to live deliciously, you know what I mean? We know new moons are about manifesting. We know new moons are about basically asking for what we want out of this moon cycle, but this new moon specifically has really potent power astrology that's going to carry us through to the end of the year. This would be a great time to set your goals, your intentions for the rest of the year, and to just tap into this power. Now, the reason why this new moon in Scorpio is so powerful this year is because it falls on Halloween. It's the night between October 31st and November 1st. And we know that on Halloween is when the veil is thinnest. On Samhain, All Hallows Eve, the veil is thin. Again, Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos, is celebrated the next day. And this is honestly my first year kind of participating. My mom is half Latina, half Syrian, and I'm really trying to connect to that part of my culture. So this is the first year I'm celebrating, which I'm very excited about. I'm a newbie to it, so if you have any suggestions or things that I need to do, please let me know. But yeah, so you know what? It is spooky time. The veil is thin. You might see some spirits, some ancestors, some guides come through. This would be a great time to make offerings to all of those things, those people. I just lit today a candle for my pets that have passed. It's the 27th, which is kind of the day for that. So, it's the time. And I think we tend to we get scared of all things spooky. We get scared of the dark, which is what Scorpio rules. Again, this is the new moon in Scorpio. Scorpio rules the unknown, the unseen, the dark, the spooky, death, rebirth, transformation, the underworld, everything that is kind of beneath the surface, the shadow. That's what Scorpio is all about. It's no coincidence that Halloween is in Scorpio season. You know what I mean? So let's get spooky. But I think as someone who personally I feel very connected to more so kind of the dead, I've lost my dad. I've lost, that was kind of a very significant loss in my life. I've lost a lot of people and animals that I love, and I've always kind of just felt more connected to the spirit realm, I guess. And I have tons of supernatural ghosty kind of experiences. I collect Ouija boards, you know what I mean? But it's never scared me, I guess. So, it's not as scary as people think it is, I don't think. And allow those messages to come through, if there's someone that you've lost that's on the other side, make an offering to them. It can be something so simple as I put turkey bacon on my altar because my dogs lit past. I've lost 2 dogs this year. They love turkey bacon, you know what I mean? So you can do simple things like that. Besides that, again, new moons are about manifesting, setting intentions. There's a lot of astrology also happening in the next couple of months that really supports this powerful new moon in Scorpio. We have Venus in Sagittarius right now, which kind of adds a little bit of fire, fun, flirty energy to this. We have Pluto, I believe at the very beginning of November, moving from Capricorn back into Aquarius. It's kind of wavered between the two signs for a bit, but it will move into Aquarius and be there for a very long time. I'm talking like 20 years, I think, is the length that it's like, I think it's even more than 20 years. It's a long time that Pluto stays in one sign. And this is going to be a massive shift. Pluto in Aquarius is community. It is, doing what feels best and right for you and most authentic, expressing yourself authentically, being your truest self, but also community and power to the people and power to the community. The last time Pluto was in Aquarius was the American Revolution, the French Revolution, the Haitian Revolution. Okay, so look, that's the Pluto and Aquarius vibes. We have Saturn retrograde in Pisces, I believe, ending soon. We have a Jupiter retrograde in Gemini, which Jupiter retrograde isn't as scary as kind of the other retrogrades. It's more so like bringing things almost into reality. We have Mercury moving into Sagittarius. Mars is wavering between Leo and Cancer. It's also going to go retrograde. All in all, though, all of this astrology that's happening is like, with the new moon in Scorpio, it's like reach into the void, take what you want. Reach into the void, grab a hold of it, pull it out, and use that for the rest of the year. You know what I mean? It's very like on the night of the new moon, on the night of Halloween, between the Day of the Dead, the veil's gonna be gone. And it is your chance to kind of be like, that veil isn't there anymore. What separates us from what we're trying to manifest, right? If you have this manifestation, you have this dream, it exists in your brain, it exists in like the astral realm, it exists somewhere out there, right? What's separating you from that? It's that veil. So this is your time to kind of reach beyond and be like, I want that, and I'm bringing it. It's the connections. It's like the Hierophant energy. It's like the high priestess energy. It's the bridge between the heavens and the earth, if you will. That bridge between the spiritual world and our world. All we gotta do is like reach in and take it. So I would do that under this new moon in Scorpio. I would be setting intentions, setting your goals, connecting with your guides, connecting with your ancestors, connecting with the dead, connecting with anything that doesn't feel tangible, anything that feels like it's in the underworld. This would be the time to connect with it. Again, Scorpio in the tarot rules the death card, death and rebirth. If you've been looking to make a transformation, this would be the time to set those intentions, okay? What else would I want to say? Scorpio in the body rules our reproductive organs, actually, our pelvis, our sacral chakra. If you'd like to work on that, I'll also have a full free yoga class for this new moon in Scorpio here on my channel as well. And I literally wrote down for this new moon in my notes, wouldst thou like to live deliciously? That's the vibe. What does living deliciously look like for you, and how can you go ahead and grab that and kind of make an offering to the void for that and, take it. Another thing that's, message that's been coming up a lot for me, which I don't know if we'll see, is the Magician. I'm going to start shuffling when we get into this. The Magician. And the Magician is the alchemizer, right? He can turn any metal into gold. You know that like kind of saying like, the Midas touch, taking like trash and turning it to gold, basically, is the Magician. Because the Magician is the alchemizer. The Magician comes after the Fool, after you've taken that leap. It's like the how and how we're getting to where we want to go. You have all the tools. The Magician has all of his tools like on his table. It's figuring out how to get what you want. And for me, what I have found, this is just a tangent, I don't has the Magician come out yet? No, but the Fool did, and the Queen of Swords. And the World at the bottom of the deck. That's so nice. Look at that. Very Cthulhu-y in this deck. But the World is a completion. It is the end of the tarot. It is, and I think as I was kind of talking about, like, the Fool is the start, card 0 of the tarot. This is the last card in the tarot. How do we get there is the Magician. From point A to point Z is the Magician. It's the figuring out the how, realizing that we have the tools. And what has been coming up a lot lately for me with the Magician is like being resourceful. You already have all the tools, and it's figuring out how to use them. For example, literally before I started filming this, I was panicking because the speaker on my phone is busted. I film all of my content on my phone. I'm a full-time content creator, full-time, I hate saying influencer, but it's what I do. I teach here on YouTube. I have a membership here on YouTube. We do live classes. I make all of my income from my content, my retreats, and my courses and all these things. So I need to have a functioning phone with a functioning speaker and microphone to exist. And my speaker was busted, and I was running around trying to fix it, like, oh my god, like trying everything, YouTubing like how to fix busted iPhone speaker, trying to use my microphone is broken, like I'm running around trying, because I'm like, I want to film, I got all ready to film this content today, right? And I'd have to go buy a whole new phone if like that doesn't work. And so I cleaned out the speaker, I did all this stuff, and then I realized that it's just the speaker, it's not the microphone. So it sounds, when I like go back to edit this, it's gonna sound terrible on my phone, but the microphone is okay. So I was like, I had to figure out how to use the tool, even though it might be broken, without spending $1,500 on a new iPhone. So that's what I mean by figuring out the tools, trash magic, like, do what needs to be done to get to where you want to be. You don't have to spend all this money. You don't have to, you know, modern problems require modern solutions, that meme. Like, you can figure it out. You can trash magic it. Anyways, we have the Fool and the Queen of Swords here. Look at the Fool in this deck. It's very Little Red Riding Hood. Look, she's running from those monsters. And then the Queen of Swords, look at that. It's a nice little monster putting a necklace on her. We love to see it. And the Queen of Swords is the Queen of Air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Again, that Aquarius energy coming through. And she's getting that necklace right on her throat. It's the throat chakra. Authentic expression. The Queen of Swords, she kind of gets the bad rep of being the Ice Queen because she's the queen of boundaries, right? She's not afraid to bring that sword down, to use her throat chakra, set her boundaries, and say what she wants. You know, as much as the Queen of Swords is like a boundary setting card of being like, you know, being able to cut people off really easily, she is also able to use her voice to speak what she wants. Again, the Fool, new moon in Scorpio. What do you want? What do you want? Reach into the veil and shout into the veil, hey, this is what I'm trying to manifest. This is what I want. Can I have it, please? Like, now is the time. And that's kind of, I think with the Fool, it's like, that's what taking this leap looks like, is actually asking for what you want. Like, voice it, bring it into existence. A lot of the times we just keep these goals in our brain, these things that we want, and we never actually bring them into the physical realm. You can bring them into the physical realm by shouting them into the void, because then it also brings it into that spiritual realm, right? You can write them down. Just get them out of your brain. You can say it out loud. Queen of Swords energy, use your throat chakra. Speak them into existence. You know what I mean? All right. What else do we need to know for this new moon in Scorpio, this Halloween, this Samhain, All Hallows Eve, Day of the Dead, the night when the veil is thinnest. Knight of Cups, I can barely see in these contacts. That's why I'm like, like, they keep turning. So like, you know, goat's eyes are supposed to be like this. They keep like, so by the end of this reading, they'll probably be back to straight. Ace of Wands, absolutely. Light that match. Like, light the candle, you know? The Ace of Wands is ace. It is a new beginning. It is a passionate, creative new beginning. You go ahead and go for it. You gotta light that flame. I'm thinking about Hocus Pocus. I mean, I live in Salem. I'm thinking of like lighting the black flame candle, right? But it's, you know, time to get that spark going. It's time to start that passionate new, whatever it is you want. Take the first step. Like, the ace is the first step. It's not like the full culmination of it just yet. It's just the first step. What does that first step look like? How do you take that first step in that direction? Page of Swords, maybe going on a new adventure. Look at that handsome zombie man. He has a flower. Look at that. It's so nice. Going on a new adventure. Pages are the youngest of the court cards. They're not knights, so they're not like charging forward on a mission. They're pages. They're messengers. They're kind of like, you know, the Page of Swords is going on new adventures. He's like going off and like taking his sword. Usually it's a very like, oh my goodness, that's Jack playing with his bone. I was like, what is that noise? If you hear that, it's my dog in the background. Oh, did you bring me your bone? Thank you so much. He's like, hello, mother, I have an offering. We have the Eight of Cups. Guess what? If we're going to go on these adventures, we're going to start this new journey. We're going to go with the Fool. We're going to light that wand with the Ace of Wands. We got to walk away from something. Eight of Cups. This is a really beautiful card. I actually just did a photo shoot like this, like creepy in a white Victorian dress in a cemetery, and I'm very excited to see the results. But the Eight of Cups is walking away from those old cups that no longer serve us. It's honestly very that Scorpio death card energy, death and rebirth, walking away from something old into something new. You know, and it's not that the old didn't serve us at one point, right? The message of the Eight of Cups is that like at one point those cups were special to us. At one point we needed those cups. but we don't need them anymore. So it's time to walk away. And the Eight of Cups, by the way, walks into the Nine of Cups, which is wishes and dreams come true. Knight of Pentacles, but it's going to take time, okay? I'm not saying that under this new moon in Scorpio, you're magically going to get everything you've ever wanted ever. You might. You never know. But the Knight of Pentacles, this has honestly been my message for all of Scorpio season. I pulled it the first day of Scorpio season. My friends at House Witch pulled it the first day of Scorpio season. Slow and steady wins the race. This is the beginning of this journey, of this new, this new Ace of Wands, this new passionate the mission that you're about to set out off on. It's just the beginning, and it takes time. But we can figure it out, and we can ask for what we want. We're asking for like the end result, but yeah, there's so much other stuff that happens between the Fool and the World. Like I said, the World was at the bottom of the deck, and we started with the Fool. Like, to make it all the way around that full cycle takes a lot, and it takes time. All right, we're going to clarify with this Occult Tarot. It's so beautiful. Again, this is my Demonology deck. I love it so much. So there is a demon for every single one of the tarot cards. I'm just feeling the Magician. I'm hoping that the Magician comes out, because the Magician is Baphomet in this deck, and look, he's right over there. And I'm sure everyone's freaking out about the fact that I'm dressed as Black Phillip. We're using a Demonology deck. There's an upside down cross over my head. Look, I'm aware, okay? I can hear that audio from TikTok that, like, she's not a Christian! Like, I think that's from, like, Wife Swap. But anyways, it's just so funny to me when people get so upset. I also have crucifixes on my wall, okay? Look, I was raised evangelical Christian and ended up like this. So anywho, I figured it's Halloween time, so I'm allowed to kind of be my spookiest self on this day. Woo! Who's coming out? Page of Swords again, and it is Botus. Gives answers of past, present, and future. Reconciles friends and foes. Oh, so nice. So nice. Go on a new adventure. Maybe do something fun under this new moon in Scorpio. Go do something you haven't done before. Again, something maybe that you've really been wanting to do and you haven't done it. I'm trying to think. I mean, I've done so much since moving to Salem. I've put myself out there and done so many crazy things that, like, I would have never done before, that I was scared to do, but I went and did them anyways. I went to the vampire ball. I did that photo shoot, like, in a cemetery with one of my dream photographers. You know, I've just kind of been going and doing and going on these new adventures that I've wanted to do for a really long time. There's the Hierophant. Teaches astrology, the virtues of the stars and houses of the planets and how to understand them. Transforms men with dignities. Finds favor with friends and foes. And it's Orius. The Hierophant's the card of Taurus, but like I was saying, I mentioned the Hierophant earlier. It's the bridge, the gap between the heavens and the earth, between this realm and the next. It's also a card of institutions and structures that rule our life. It can also be, he's known as the Pope of the Tarot. It can be seeking out a guide. Maybe if there's someone that is where you want to be, this would be the time to reach out to them. Maybe find a guide to help you out on trying to get to your goals. If witchcraft and wellness is something you're interested in, I have a ton of free classes. I have a membership here on my YouTube channel. It's only $9.99 a month. I also have courses for everything you've ever wanted to know. If you're starting your witchcraft journey, if you're starting your yoga journey, I have courses. Like, I'm happy to help, you know, if you'd like a guide to all those things, but it can be any kind of guide for anything that you want to do, you know? The High Priestess. Did I not say the High Priest, the Hierophant and the High Priestess earlier? They're both here. It is time to bridge the gap between this realm and the next. It is time to reach beyond that veil. The High Priestess is Dantalion. Very cool. Teaches art and science, knows the secret thoughts of all and can change them. Causes love, shows visions of the world. We love to see it. Reach beyond that void. The High Priestess traditionally is like, you know, the High Priestess sitting in her throne. She has pillars and there's a veil behind her. And she has the triple goddess on her head. And it's like, she's receiving the downloads. This new moon in Scorpio. Again, the veil is thin. Just as much as we're going to be reaching out into the veil's going to be reaching out to us. We're going to have those messages, have those downloads. Listen to them when they come. You're probably going to have wacky dreams. I'm not going to lie. You're going to get those messages. Your ancestors, your guides are going to reach out to you. Like, listen to them. allow yourself to open up to that. We have the High Priest and the High Priestess here, y'all. Nine of Swords. We're a little stressed, you know, just a little. Why are we stressed? Eight of Pentacles, because it's hard work. Yeah. And the Hermit, card of Virgo. And the Wheel of Fortune, Valak. Okay, so we stressed because we're working so hard. But we're going to come out of this hermit mode soon. And the cycle will change, the Wheel of Fortune. So we have the Nine of Swords, Lorraine, causes great battles and wars, causes wounds to putrefy. The Nine of Swords traditionally is a card of anxiety, nightmare, stress. You might be having, you know, again, when the veil is thin, we can also have like nightmares and stuff. It's just part of it. But the Nine of Swords is anxiety, and it's in the Nine of Swords traditionally, it's like a person laying in bed. They're waking up from a nightmare. Thank you, loud engine outside, for the validation, I guess. The confirmation. The Nine of Swords is a person laying in bed. They have this blanket pulled really tightly over them. They're waking up for a nightmare, and they're still in the nightmare of stress and anxiety. That blanket is our comfort blanket. So to get out of the Nine of Swords, we have to step out of our comfort zone. The Eight of Pentacles, we're probably stressed. We're probably in the Nine of Swords because we're working so dang hard. The Eight of Pentacles is hard work. It's Capricorn energy. It's the grind. This is Zagan. Turns water into wine and back again. Turns blood into wine. Turns any metal into legal tender coins. Makes full wise. That sounds like a lot of work. You know what I mean? We're going back and forth. We're turning this into that. We're working overtime, you know, and it's stressful. However, this has probably caused us to hermitify ourselves a little bit. The hermit, you know, we're kind of going very inward while we just do the work. You know, I definitely feel that. I've been going nonstop since I made it here to Salem. This is Furcus, teaches philosophy, astrology, rhetoric, logic, palm reading, and divination and fire. The hermit is also a very learning energy. We're hermitifying ourselves, pulling ourselves back. I really wish this car would like go away. There's somebody like parked in front of my house just sitting there with their engine going, so I apologize for the noise. But the hermit, it's like we're taking that time to learn. We're taking that time to figure ourselves out. And that's then, and only then, is when we have the Wheel of Fortune, when that cycle changes. Tells where treasures are hidden, reveals hidden dangers. This is Valak. You know, the Wheel of Fortune is a change in fortunes, which we love to see. I think that things will change after this new moon in Scorpio. We're definitely going to have a change in our fortune. That wheel is going to keep on spinning. What else? Let's get a couple more and then we'll move on to our Oracle deck. I just really wanted the Magician to come out, you know, because that's the message. I've literally pulled the Magician. I didn't pull the Magician for a long time when I was really kind of deep in more like emotional, mental, spiritual healing. But the Magician is a very physical alchemy type of energy. It's a very like go do in the physical world, like use your tools, figure it out. And I have been pulling that a lot again. So Three of Pentacles, Orobus. This is the we get by with little help from our friends card. If you need help, phone a friend, ask a friend. Ace of Pentacles, Lucifuge Rofocale. Look at this little guy. He's just a little guy, you know? The Ace of Pentacles, another ace, another offering coming in, a gold coin being handed to you from the universe. I think with the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands, it's like this opportunity might be a new career, it might be a new job, business, you know? And the Emperor again. We will end with this because we started with the Emperor, if you remember, at the bottom of the deck. So we have the Emperor here, card of Aries. This is Baal. Just do it. The Emperor is the culmination of all the kings in the tarot. He is the card of taking control, of taking the lead in your own life, of going boldly, going where no man has gone before, right? Like going for it, like balls to the walls, going for it. The Emperor listens to no man, right? Because he makes the rules. The culmination of the kings, the King of Pentacles, the King of Swords, the King of Cups, and the King of Wands, all into one. It's that divine masculine energy, but it's, you know, it has nothing to do with gender. It's the energy of like going and stepping it up, being the leader of your own life. All right. What final messages do we need to hear for this new moon in Scorpio for Halloween, All Hallows Eve, Samhain, the Day of the Dead, that's nice. Yeah, we should probably get a little grounded and you know, maybe stay home if you're not ready for lots of spooky things. At least here in Salem, you know, you can't, when you're a local, you can't really leave your house in October. So, you know, soulmate, that's so nice. Would you look at that? And I think that this is in the sense of, it might be a person, but I think it's like, what is your soulmate in life? That's what we want, right? That's what we're setting the intentions of, like, what we want is our soul path, the thing that we know we're meant to be doing, the thing that we know we're meant to have. That's what we should be asking for under this new moon in Scorpio message. Like I said, you better be listening for those messages because they are going to be coming in. And it's a lunar moth, which is a really Scorpio energy of death and rebirth. I correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the lunar moth cycle is very short. So, you know, the lunar moth kind of goes through that death and rebirth process very quickly. And I think that's kind of going to be the energy of this new moon in Scorpio. And I kid you not, literally like all 3 in a row. Gratitude, guides, veiled. What did I say? The veil is thin. Our guides are coming through. We should definitely be lighting candles for them. Practice gratitude for sure. That's also a great way to manifest, is to be grateful for what you already have. The veil is thin and those guides are coming through, my friends. Let's just get a couple more. New life. That's what we're asking for, isn't it? Also, the Ankh is a symbol very associated with vampires, which we love to see. There, look at that. There's the new moon card coming through. And air energy. So yeah, even though this is a new moon in Scorpio, which is water energy, I feel like the air energy is coming through with that. We had that Queen of Swords. We had that Pluto in Aquarius. You know, Aquarius is an air sign. It's very flowy, but with direction. Instead of kind of like water energy, which is go with the flow, but you kind of get carried with that in the waves. Air energy is more like gusts are blowing in a direction. It's kind of a more controlled, like quicker, like whoosh, you know what I mean? I don't know if that's making any sense at all. But that Pluto in Aquarius, we need, the direction that we should be going in is, what are our truest desires? What are our most authentic self? I'm gonna take Jack's barking as a symbol. I heard a door slam. Look, we're wrapping it up, friends. So I hope you have a wonderful new moon in Scorpio. Again, if you'd like to work with this energy more physically, I'll have a yoga class for this new moon here on my channel for free as well. I also have a membership here if you would like live tarot, live yoga, and live new moon, full moon workshops every week, every month. I do that here as well. And again, if you would like to learn witchcraft and wellness, I have courses for that. I also host witchcraft and wellness retreats here in Salem. I only have 2 spots left for next New Year's Eve, and I will be dropping my 2026 dates this New Year's Eve, so keep an eye out. And those are my last Salem retreats for a hot minute. So if you don't make it to one of these upcoming ones, I'm probably going to be taking a little break because I'd like to host retreats in other places and focus on other events. We'll see. But I hope you guys have a wonderful, let's see, is there lipstick on my teeth? I'm like, I've been checking like through this whole video, like, my goatee stayed on, so that's fun. But I hope you guys have a wonderful new moon in Scorpio. I hope you have a wonderful, safe, happy Halloween, Samhain, Day of the Dead, whatever it is that you celebrate. Have a wonderful one. I hope that you get spooky ooky for me. Let me know if this resonated in the comments, and I will see you next time.